Before you judge someone, imagine this. You are arrested for wanting people to be treated equally. You spend the next 27 years locked inside a teen prison cell. You miss the birthdays. You miss the weddings. You miss watching your children grown up. When the prison gates finally opens, the entire world is watching. Would you seek for revenge? Most people would do. He didn't. Instead, he forgave the people who imprisoned him, united a nation on a blink of civil war, and became one of the greatest leaders the world has ever known. This is the unbelievable story of Nelson Mandela, the prisoner who became president. South Africa was once a nation divided by one of theoretical, clueless system, apartheid. Under these laws, people were separated simply because of their colors of skins. Millions of black South Africans were denied the right to vote, forced from their homes, and treated as second-class citizens in their own country. For many, fears became a way of life. But one man refused to accept that injustice. His name was Nelson Mandela. Born on July 18, 1918, in the small village of Vimzo, Mandela grew up believing that leadership is meant to serve others. As a young lawyer in Johannesburg, he witnessed racism every day. He saw families torn apart, workers denied opportunities, children growing up without the same rights as others. He knew something had to change. Mandela joined the African National Congress and began organizing peaceful protests against apartheid. But the government responded with arrests, violence, and intimidations. The more Mandela fought for freedom, the most dangerous this mission became. Eventually, the government declared him an enemy of the states. In 1962, he was arrested. 2 years later, during the Rivonia trial, Mandela faced the possibility of execution. Standing before the judges, he delivered a speech that would echo throughout history. He declared that he had dedicated his life to the idea of democratic and free of society, an idea he was prepared to die for. The court spared his life. Instead, they sentenced him to life in prison. Mandela was taken to Robben Island, where he would spend most of the next 27 years. His prison cell was barely large, enough to stretch out. He slept on a tin mat placed directly on the concrete floor. Every day he was forced to break rocks in a line quarried beneath the blazing African sun. The prison was designed to crush his spirits. It never did. Instead of surrendering to the bitterness, Mandela educated himself. He encouraged the fellow prisoners to remain hopeful. He quickly became a leader, even behind bars. Outside the prison walls, his name spread across the globe. Students marched in the streets. Government imposed sanctions. Millions demanded the same thing. Free Nelson Mandela. Free Nelson Mandela. Then, after nearly 3 decades, behind bars history changed forever. On February 11, 1990, Nelson Mandela walked out of prison as a free man. The image stormed the world. Many feared South Africa would explode into violence. After everything he had suffered, surely Mandela would seek revenge. Instead, he offered forgiveness. He called for reconciliations instead of retaliations. He urged the black and the white South Africans to build one nation together. His message changed the course of history. 4 years later, South Africa held its first democratic elections in which citizens of every race could vote. The man once labeled a criminal was elected the country's first black president rather than dividing the nations. Mandela worked tirelessly to unite it. His leadership helped South Africans avoid devastating civil conflicts and inspired people around the world. Today, Nelson Mandela is remembered not simply because he became president. He is remembered because he proved that true strength isn't found in hatred. It's found in forgiveness. He showed the world that even after 27 years in prison, hope can survive. And sometimes the most powerful revolution begins not with a weapon, but with the courage for forgiveness. If you love this story, subscribe. Follow me for more videos. Chief One of Africa.